Howdy folks, and welcome back to Battletech with the mighty Jingles. But first, a word from our sponsors, who are, believe it or not, the World of Tanks Blitz Football Championship. The 2018 World Cup kicks off today, and if you're lost on the Moscow Underground while trying to find your way to the match, you can still show your support for your national team by playing World of Tanks Blitz and covering your favourite tanks in national football skins. What's that? National football skins? Is there one for England? There bloody well better be. Well, let's have a look. Glorious Eagle? Bah, Russian. What's this? Sharp Spurs? Oh, it's French. Wise Raven skin? Japanese? Nope. The Fierce Beak skin? Oh, it's German. But wait, there's one more. Fearless Lion? Oh, not only do we have the best skin, we've got the best name too. In order to earn prizes during the Blitz Football Championship Cup, you have to collect football supporters' pins, and you earn these simply by playing matches, although you will earn 50% more if your tank is covered in one of these national football skins. And if you sign up for World of Tanks Blitz using the tracking link provided down below in the video description, World of Tanks Blitz are giving away a limited number of these Fearless Lion skins completely free of charge. What do you mean you want the German skin? Oh yes, an English tank skin's not good enough for you, is it? Don't make me come over there, Germany. You mark my words, it'll be 1966 all over again. Playing games during the World of Tanks Blitz Football Championship times will earn you football supporters pins. Remember, 50% more if your tank is equipped with a proper English Fearless Lion skin. What's that? Yes, you get the same effect from the other national skins, but come on, England. And the supporters' pins can be used to collect prizes on the pitch, including, and not limited to, the Tier 8 Premium AMX CDC. Wait, what? No, stop that nonsense. Stop it right now. This is a good proper English channel. We'll have none of that French rubbish here. Ready the longbows, chaps? That'll show them who's boss. That's more like it. And you too can join in the fun in the World of Tanks Blitz Football Championship. And enjoy the opportunity to stick it to the French, just like it was Agincourt, all over again. And now, it's time for some Battletech. So, I've actually finished the main Battletech campaign now, and once you've achieved that, the whole star sector opens up. You're no longer just confined to one segment of the available map, and you're free to take contracts for, well, anybody who will hire you. The only problem is hardly anybody will, because you've got such low reputation with all of the factions other than the one that you've been working throughout the main campaign. So initially at least, jobs are very, very hard to come by. Nevertheless, there are some mercenary contracts out there, and having completed the main campaign and having a full arsenal of extremely heavy and hard-hitting assault battle mechs, I thought, well, this is going to be easy. Yeah, not so much. So, we've taken on a contract from House Kurita to intercept and neutralise a lance of House Davion battle mechs that have been conducting some aggressive patrols on a world bordering House Kurita territory. It's not technically a violation of their sovereignty, but it's provocative. Our employers wish to send a clear message to House Davion, stay the hell away from our territory, but at the same time they want to maintain their deniability, so they're using, well, us, rather than their own in-house forces. So, our mission, search and terminate with extreme prejudice any Federated Sons or House Davion units encountered. And here's our first contact. And he looks like a big bugger. In fact, he is a big bugger. That's a Zeus. That's an assault mech. I've got a couple of big buggers of my own though. I'm fielding an Atlas, which is a 100-ton assault mech, a King Crab, which is also a 100-ton assault mech, and a pair of 85-tonners. I have a Battlemaster, which is a sort of, well, very versatile all-round jack-of-all-trades type of assault mech, although I've specialised it for close quarters combat. And I also have a Stalker. In fact, that's the one that I am piloting myself. Now, your Stalker typically has lots and lots of energy weapons, but it's notorious for its poor heat management. It tends to overheat a lot when firing all those energy weapons. I've set my Stalker up slightly differently. It's pretty much packed with nothing other than long-range missiles, 3 LRM-20 launchers, and it does ferocious amounts of stability damage. So much so that, in fact, the very next ballistic impact on that Zeus is going to knock it over. Cyber and the King Crab. I'm not expecting these missiles to do a huge amount of damage, but they are going to knock the Zeus down. And while he's flat on his back, everybody else gets to pick exactly which part of the Zeus they want to shoot at. They get a called shot, basically, without having to spend morale to do it. Ah, crap, it's his turn. He's getting straight back up. Okay, well, that was a bit of a wasted opportunity. Here he comes. He's lost some armour, but that's about it. He's going for Medusa and the Battlemaster with his heavy lasers. But he missed completely. Medusa's Battlemaster had a very high evasion stack there. And I do need to take this Zeus out quickly before his friends arrive. So we're moving up Glitch in the Atlas now. Now both Glitch in the Atlas and Cyber in the King Crab have some seriously powerful autocannons, but these AC-20s, they're not particularly long-range weapons. So for now this is still pretty much a missile fight. And these long-range missiles are once again really battering the stability of that Zeus over there. At least until we can get a little closer and start using our medium-range weapons like the AC-20s and the medium pulse lasers. Speaking of medium lasers, Medusa here in the Battlemaster is primarily equipped for close-range combat. He can still strike at medium range with his medium lasers, and he does have short-range missile launchers, and it's the short-range missile launchers I'm counting on here to knock that Zeus over. I've expended some morale to call the shot against this Zeus's left leg. And the leg has been completely crippled, so he is now on his arse again. The pilot takes a second injury from the knockdown, although at this kind of level the pilots have the capacity to take 3 or even 4 injuries. And we've pretty much stripped away all of the armour from that leg, and hopefully if this guy stays down, we can finish him on the next turn. There are some further enemy units moving around out there, but we haven't actually made contact with them yet. Oh, spoke too soon. There is an 80-ton vehicle closing in. It's not a battle mech, but, well, an 80-ton vehicle can be quite dangerous. Let's not forget my lightest mech is an 85-ton vehicle. And if it's armed with long-range missiles, as long as that Zeus is still in one piece, it can relay our position to it. So, while it's on its back, I'm going to take the opportunity to move Cyber up in the Atlas and unload absolutely everything into its right leg. And hopefully permanently cripple it. And yep, we've managed to blow off both of its legs. That Zeus is now out of the fight. More importantly, it's no longer relaying our position to its friends. So they're going to have to close in and acquire visual contact before they can launch any missiles. Also, getting the kill has boosted the morale of the squad, so all of that morale that I expended to take those 2 called shots has been completely replenished, and some of the team are actually inspired by the kill, which means they're going to be more accurate, at least as long as their morale holds. Still, let's not start baking a cake just yet. That's only 25% of the mission objective complete, so I know that there are at least another 3 enemy units out there. We've spotted one. Well, we haven't spotted him, but we have a sensor contact. So let's try to resolve that sensor contact and find out exactly what it is. I'm going to move Medusa up in the Battlemaster. He's my most mobile mech. Now, is that going to be a Demolisher, or is it going to be a Shrek PPC carrier? Either of which are pretty nasty. Let's see. Still not quite close enough to be able to ID the target. Okay. Enemy turn. What surprises? Hello, something moving in. What is that? That looks... oh, that isn't good. That's an awesome. It's another assault mech. I don't actually like awesomes. I've managed to salvage a couple, and they are pretty powerful, but they have the same kind of heat management problems as the Stalkers. No matter how many heat sinks I stick on those things, I just never seem to be able to get them running cool enough to be effective in combat. So I tend to just sell them. Anyway, we're going to knock this guy on his arse. Jingles unloading a barrage of 3 LRM-20s on him, and he is... oh, I mean, you can see how he's staggering around there from the missile impacts, but we've got a third contact moving in on the flank. Oh, great. Rule number 1 in Battletech, don't get caught in a crossfire. The good news is it's a vehicle rather than a mech. And a battle mech can usually take a vehicle out in one go just by closing the melee range and stamping on it. For the moment, however, I really don't want Jingles to get spotted. So we're going to move him over to this side, again, keeping terrain blocking line of sight between him and any of those enemy vehicles or mechs. And we're going to knock this awesome on its ass with another LRM-20 triple missile barrage. And in the process, you never know your luck, maybe score a head hit for a free pilot injury. Nope, just the knockdown. Stripped away a fair amount of armour but no structural damage. Okay, pilot injured. Knockdown, I'll take it. Now while it's on its back, hopefully... No, I'm shit out of luck again. It's his turn. He immediately gets right back up. Well, bollocks. Okay, here he comes. Who's he going to go for? Large lasers, short-range missiles. He's going for Medusa and the Battlemaster. He is the softest target available. I mean, he's an assault mech, but he's an 85-tonner, not a 100-tonner. His armour took the impact, though. I really need to move the big boys up. So Glitch in the Atlas and Cyber in the King Crab need to bring their heavier weaponry to bear and put that awesome down before he can do damage, or further damage, to Medusa and the Battlemaster. Still not quite close enough to be able to hit him with anything other than the missile launchers. So once again, stripping away some armour, causing some stability damage. Now what are they up to? Oh, they're going for Medusa's Battlemaster again. Hang on a minute, that's an indirect missile strike.
Heads up, Commander.
Who's that? Oh, fantastic. Reinforcements just arrived. Well, they haven't arrived, but they're close enough to be able to launch long-range missiles in indirect fire mode. Here they come. And providing those two guys still have line of sight, they're going to continue to be able to soften us up with the long-range missile launchers. Okay. We need to put this awesome down quick. Cold shot on the left leg. Didn't blow the leg off, but did strip away all of the armour and expose the structure. Any further hits of that left leg should knock it down, but I don't have enough morale left to continue doing cold shots. Well, shit. Okay, Cyber and the King Crab. I'm pretty sure at this sort of range, only, well, the large laser can fire as well as the long-range missiles. No cold shots, so we're just going to have to hope we get lucky and hit that leg. And no, it wasn't even enough to knock him over. He is unsteady though. Any further ballistic impacts, unless he braces up, are going to put him on his back again. And once again, yep, only the one hit. That's not too bad actually, that could have been a lot worse. That was the Shrek PPC carrier. Impacts from particle projection cannons. Oof, there's the large laser. That stripped away a load of armour. And there's the short-range missiles from the Awesome. Impacts from PPCs, particle projection cannons, as well as the raw damage that they do, they also slightly scramble your sensors, which gives you a penalty to accuracy. And they also cause a little bit of stability damage, and that's all starting to stack up on Medusa's Battlemaster. He does not have a huge amount of frontal armour remaining. You know, at this point, I probably should have pulled Medusa back. Because, oh shit, that's a King Crab. Cyber is piloting a King Crab. It's a 100-ton assault mech. Good news, now we can see the King Crab. Also, the medium lasers are stripping away a lot of armour from that Zeus. The Awesome. And the short-range missiles were enough to tip him over. But now it's the enemy turn. And Medusa's battle... Oh, you've got to be kidding. It's his turn again. I'm just not having any luck with initiative here. He's going to go for Medusa's Battlemaster again. And he seems to be a little closer. Yeah, that's two large lasers and his short-range missiles. Yeah, Medusa does not like that very much. It's not really the Awesome that I'm worried about, though. It's the King Crab behind him. And whatever else is behind him. Okay, well, you brought a King Crab to the fight, so did I. And Cyber is now close enough to unload all of her weapons. Blown the right arm off. And he's now unsteady and completely lost his evasion stacks. I need to follow that up. Oh, bollocks. Speaking of which, here comes another indirect missile strike, and they're all going for Medusa. They're circling like sharks sensing blood in the water. I really should have pulled him back. But I didn't, so I'm going to have to live with the consequences.
What can I do for you?
Okay, glitch.
Moving out.
Please get close enough to use your autocannons. Is that awesome in range? Yes, he is. Actually, you know, instead of unloading an Alpha Strike with all of the Atlas's weapons at the awesome, I'm going to target him with everything other than the long-range missile launchers. And I'm going to target the King Crab with those. I'm pretty confident that the Atlas is packing enough weaponry to finish off that awesome without using the missile launchers. Yep, there he goes, he's down. The missile launchers, well, I'm not anticipating them doing any actual damage, not with the opening salvo at least, to that King Crab. They are going to start making him unstable. Oh shit, you've got to be kidding. Another awesome? Twin PPC launchers, and they've both hit Medusa's Battlemaster. The armour is holding, but he's about to fall over. He's completely unsteady, and the next ballistic impact is going to put him on his arse. Right, Jingles' turn in the Stalker. I haven't been having an awful lot of luck with the knockdowns so far. Every time I knock somebody over, they just get straight back up again in the next initiative phase. I'm going to have to move Jingles a little closer, but again, you know, I want him to keep a low profile. What? What's the point in having a dog and wagging your own tail? I don't hire these guys so I can take the hits. Let's put that King Crab down and hope. No, wasn't enough. Okay, he's unsteady, but he's still standing. And we're in severe danger of being outflanked here by an 80-ton vehicle. Could be a Shrek PPC carrier, could be Demolisher. Ooh, direct fire missile strike from the King Crab. And, well, this is a kind of good news, bad news situation. The bad news, he's knocked Medusa over. The good news, that's his only long-range weapon. So I know he's got no large lasers, he's got no PPCs. He's probably packing a pair of autocannons, however. Oh, this ain't good. This ain't good at all. No, no, no. 3 PPC impacts straight into the... Oh, that's not good. I've lost one of the medium lasers. Oh, who's this? No, 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 stop doing that. Oh, crap. Left torso destroyed, which has also blown the left arm off, and a further injury to the pilot. So, Medusa, get up. Get up. Get up before they shoot you again. And get the hell out of there. I really need to get this guy out of the line of fire. It's somebody else's turn to take the hits. Somebody in a 100-ton assault mech, preferably. Cyber or glitch. Oh, Medusa can actually still fire. Well, that's actually not good, because if he can target the PPC carrier, it can target him. And the long-range missile strikes are still incoming. Oh, shit. Yeah, this is not a good situation. He needs to fall back further. Okay, Cyber, get up there and start taking hits. You're in a King Crab, it's a 100-ton assault mech. You've got the armour. Move up and kill things. We're going to start with the Shrek. Not going to use the long-range missiles. There we go, got it. Okay, one down, lots more to go. Who's next? On the bright side, the kill has actually restored some of the team's morale, so I can start calling the shots. We've got a King Crab, we've got an Awesome. There's a third mech up there, and we're still being flanked by an 8-ton vehicle. Well, the Awesome, in the absence of a sensor lock, the Awesome is the only thing I can shoot at. These should do more damage, by the way, because it's direct fire rather than indirect. Come on, damage something. Nope. But he's lost his evasion and he's unsteady. And I'm going to have to deal with this thing sooner rather than later, before it gets a shot into my side or rear. So, glitch in the Atlas. I want to move Glitch into a position where she can take shots against that vehicle and still unload her missiles into that Awesome and put it on its arse. And this should do. So, multi-target strike. pretty much everything other than the long-range missiles. Saving those for the awesome. I should knock him over.
Line 'em up and I'll
AC-20 and medium lasers for the demolisher. Crap, he survived. Well, on the bright side, this should knock the awesome over, and hopefully he will stay down. And I'll actually get to make a second attack with another unit before it's his initiative phase, and he just gets straight back up again. Further 2 mechs over there. I know one of them's a king crab, but I don't think we've actually seen the third one. Whatever it is, I know he's got... it's another awesome, armed with twin particle rejection cannons. And they're going for glitch in the Atlas. And that's fine. Glitch hasn't actually taken any damage yet. Here comes the king crab. The awesome is still on its arse. This is good. And the king crab also has a very high stability stack and is a juicy target for a knockdown. Again, they're going for glitch, and again, this is absolutely fine. Now I have a bit of a conundrum. The awesome's on its arse, which means you get free called shots against it, but you only get free called shots if you're not doing a multi-target strike. If you're spreading the shots around multiple targets, you don't get a call a shot against one of those targets. So, because I need to take out that demolisher on the right flank, there's not a lot of point in shooting at the awesome. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus my short and medium range weaponry on that demolisher, and I'm going to reserve the LRMs for the king crab instead, because he has a very high stability stack. And hopefully the long range missile launchers will be able to put him on his arse instead, and I can start calling the shots against him.
and you get a headshot.
And then a whole bunch of things go wrong. We fail to kill the demolisher again, and then the long range missile strike against the king crab failed to push him over the stability limit. And then the awesome gets up. Yeah, mistakes were made. Regrets, I have a few. But for a minute, things do actually start to look up. We finally managed to put that king crab on its arse. And if I can just catch a break, I can actually start capitalising on that. I've spent morale in order to take the cold shot and knock this thing down. And now it's on its back, I can get free cold shots against it. But there is a fourth enemy mech that up until now has only been taking part in the fight with indirect fire missile attacks. And he's just arrived at the party. And oh shit, it's a Highlander. Right, now we're actually outnumbered. No more messing around, no more switching fire between targets. Take that king crab out. Long range missiles, cold shots, centre torso. It's probably not going to take it out, but it should at least strip all of the armour. I hope. Come on. Can I see some structural damage? Yes! Structure exposed. Don't get up. Don't get up. No, the demolisher's shooting a glitch in the Atlas, that's fine. King crab, stay down. Give me another shot. We are going to take the demolisher out now. That much I can guarantee. King crab, don't get up. Oh, it's my turn. Oh crap, it's Medusa. Yeah, it's Medusa's turn. And while I dearly want to attack that king crab with a second called shot against its centre torso while it's down and I've got the opportunity, there's no way I'm risking Medusa's crippled Battlemaster to do it. If he pops his face into shooting range with a mech as badly beaten up as that, they will jump all over him and I'll lose him. Please give me another shot. Just, please give me another turn. I need to finish off the king crab. Oh, bollocks. Don't get up. Please don't get up. Okay, that's the fresh awesome with the twin PPCs. He's taken no damage so far. Who's he going for? He's going for Cyber and the king crab. Again, this is fine. Armour is still holding. Yes, I get another turn.
Waiting for orders.
Right. This is where I make my second serious error of judgment. This is a fresh combat turn. I could have picked any member of my team to take the first action. What I should have done is picked Cyber's king crab to finish off, move closer if necessary, and finish off the enemy king crab while it's still on its arse. I should have moved Glitch up with her to force the enemy battle mechs to split their fire amongst my 200-ton assault mechs, while continuing to rain down death from above with the long-range missile strikes from Jingles' Stalker, and moved Medusa's damaged Battlemaster around to the flank to just stomp on that demolisher, take it out, and then he would be on the flank and possibly have the opportunity to take flanking shots into the enemy mechs. But instead, I go for the multi-target strike with Glitch's Atlas, and it does at least take out the demolisher, so the flank is secure, but there are still 4 mechs in front of us, and I only have 3.5. And the multi-target strike with the long-range missiles fails to inflict any significant damage to the King Crab because it couldn't be a called shot, and he just gets straight back to his feet, having taken 0 critical damage. I mean, he's lost some armor, his center torso is exposed, but that's pretty much it, and now he is in auto-cannon range of Cyber's King Crab, and oh shit, that's a knockdown. Just for once, however, the initiative actually works in my favour, and I get a fresh turn, and can immediately pick Cyber back up again, get her back on her feet, before those 4 enemy mechs do to her what they did to Medusa's Battlemaster when it was in the same situation. So I've bought myself some breathing space, but her weapons are running kinda hot. So she's going to have to stay there and take it until I can get Glitch up there in the Atlas to back her up. So I'm going to brace her up, entrench her in that position, which should reduce the amount of incoming damage that she takes, and just try to hold on for one more turn until the cavalry can arrive. Okay, my turn again. Currently, the most heavily damaged enemy mech, aside from that first awesome that we saw, which they're holding right at the back there, just outside of weapons range, is the King Crab. Remember, his center torso armor has been completely stripped, and we're actually doing some structural damage with these missiles. And knocked out one of his heat sinks, and he is unstable. Cyber continues to take one for the team while I move Glitch up to back her up. I decide I have to start using Medusa's Battlemaster, but I don't want to risk him yet, so we're moving him around the flank to try to get around behind those enemy mechs. Cyber continues to take one for the team, this time at the hands of the enemy King Crab. Come on, Glitch, move that Atlas up, we need you up there on the front line. Next, it's Cyber's turn. And while I am tempted to pull her back, I need her firepower. She's just spent a turn taking hits while allowing her weapons to cool down. I need to use them. And I need to use them on this enemy King Crab. And she lets him have it with absolutely everything. And it does achieve the desired result. Ammo explosion, left torso and left arm destroyed, pilot injury, and a knockdown for a further pilot injury. One of the awesomes moves in and tries to capitalise on Cyber being exposed in the open ground there. Scores a couple of PPC hits, but we're very lucky. No critical damage. Glitch, get that Atlas up on the front line and start taking hits for Cyber. It took you long enough to kill the Demolisher. Finish off that King Crab. Send a torso strike with everything you've got.
Here we go.
Yes. Oh, finally, we caught a break. We got him. And then I catch another lucky break, because Cyber at the moment, one more ballistic impact and she's going to suffer another knockdown. And here come the missiles, and they're going for Medusa's Battlemaster. Which is good. Not from Medusa's perspective, of course, but it is actually good. I pick a fresh target with the long-range missiles and let it rip, softening him up once again and increasing his instability. Medusa's Battlemaster continues to work its way around the flank, hoping to take some opportunity shots into the side and rear whenever I get the chance. But I don't get the opportunity to stabilise Cyber's King Crab before the enemy team get to take another shot, and she suffers another knockdown.
Oh, I'm wounded.
Luckily, before they can capitalise on that and inflict some serious damage on her, I do get to pick her up again. Now, she is running kinda hot, but I do still need to keep using her weapons. Glitch's Atlas, when he eventually gets here, isn't going to be able to carry the fight alone. So I back her up a little, and well, I can't hit that Highlander with everything, or she's going to suffer a heat overload. But I can hit it with the 2 autocannons, which aren't going to generate a lot of heat. Oh, there we go. Right torso, right arm, both destroyed. There's a knockdown, there's 2 pilot injuries. Fantastic. And then what happens? Well, the Highlander gets straight back up again. Oh, come on, give me a break here. Naturally, he goes for Cyber, although that short-range missile salvo was almost completely ineffective. Glitch finally gets into the fight in the Atlas and gets close enough to unload all of her weapons other than her melee range flamers into that crippled Highlander. And so of course her biggest and most dangerous weapon, the AC-20, completely misses, and it's just the medium lasers and the missiles, which do a lot of structural damage but fail to do anything critical. The enemy Awesome moves in and unloads its particle projection cannons straight into Cyber, ignoring the target presented by Glitch's Atlas, and Cyber's King Crab really cannot afford to take any more of that. I dump another 3 salvos of long-range missiles in direct fire mode straight into the exposed side of that Highlander, but all I manage to destroy is a heat sink, and I don't even manage to knock him over. I'm also starting to run kind of low on missiles. I continue to work Medusa around the flank and his crippled Battlemaster, and hopefully soon should start to get some juicy shots into the sides and rear of these enemy mechs. Cyber continues to take a fearsome battering, but I do still need to keep using her firepower. She's running really hot, so all I can actually afford to use are the autocannons, but they are AC-20s, and disappointingly, while we do get the knockdown, it doesn't actually inflict any critical damage on the Highlander. And oh look, what a surprise, it's immediately his turn again, and he stands straight back up again. He's going for Cyber again. Luckily, the only weapons he seems to have available are his short-range missiles, and it does inflict some structural damage, but nothing critical. Cyber's dodged the bullet again, but her luck has got to run out soon. The Highlander's moving in, probably going to attempt a melee attack in its next turn, and we really can't afford to let him get away with that. Glitch, can you please put that Highlander down, and don't screw it up this time? For once, Glitch doesn't actually screw it up. She blows the Highlander away, and still has spare capacity for one of those Awesomes, hitting him with both medium lasers and her long-range missiles. It's now 4 against 2, well 3.5 against 2 if you count Medusa's crippled Battlemaster. One of the enemy Awesomes unloads 3 particle projection cannon shots into Cyber's King Crab, and once again inflicts some structural damage, but doesn't do anything critical, and in fact causes damage to himself from overheating. And could this be the opportunity that Medusa has been waiting for in the crippled Battlemaster? He's managed to work his way around the flank. This enemy mech is in serious danger of overheating. Well, this was my 4th serious error of judgment. That's a shot into the side armour of the Awesome, and I only have 3 medium lasers left. Not the rear armour, which might have actually finished that mech off. And the pilot of the other Awesome recognises the threat to the flank, backs up, and, well, deals with it. Oh shit. Medusa is down. Possibly dead. Won't know until after the mission. There is some good news though. Both of those enemy mechs are now overheating. And I do still have a King Crab and an Atlas ready to go, as well as Jingles in the Stalker with his rapidly depleting supply of long-range missiles. Again, Cyber's King Crab is running kind of hot, and I can only afford to use the autocannons. Running very low on autocannon ammo here as well, by the way, but that Awesome has been put down. Of course, the way my luck's been holding, it comes as no surprise to anybody when he immediately gets straight back up again, but now what's he going to do? He's risking a shutdown if he fires his weapons when he's in this state. And in fact, he plays it safe. He vents the heat and he stabilises. Right, Glitch. You screwed up earlier against the Demolisher, but you kind of vindicated yourself against the Highlander. Now the Awesome on the hill is probably not going to attack because he's running dangerously hot and he's risking a shutdown if he fires his weapons. However, the Awesome in the trees over there on the right has just vented his heat and stabilised. And this is where I make my 5th serious error of judgment. Rather than focusing all of my fire against that guy and hopefully putting him down, I split my fire between the 2 targets and do nothing significant to either of them. I use my missiles wisely this time and dump them all into the Awesome that's actually ready to take a shot having vented its heat, but it fails to knock it over, and again, because its armour was still intact, because I didn't alpha strike it with Glitch's Atlas, it fails to do any significant damage. Now I was not expecting this guy to take a shot because he's running dangerously close to overheating, but he's decided that it's worth the risk. And while he has shut down from overheating and is taking critical and structural damage, he's inflicted a ferocious beating on Cyber's King Crab. One more hit like that, and I might lose her too. And let's not forget, that second Awesome has vented his heat and he's ready to fire. It's up to Jingles to put him on his arse. And this should be relatively simple, because he was already highly unstable. And he does get knocked down, and he's lost a heatsink. But Jingles is now completely out of missile ammunition, and he doesn't carry any other weapons. And of course, at this stage, it probably comes as no surprise to anybody that the Awesome I've just expended all that effort on knocking over immediately gets straight back to his feet, and he's vented all of his heat. And I think he still has all of his weapons. And he's going for Cyber.
Gonna have to work a little harder now.
And that's a second pilot down, possibly dead. We won't know until the end of the
Waiting
mission.
for orders.
It was 4 against 2 just a few minutes ago, and now it's 2 against 2, and one of my mechs is unarmed. Oh, and Glitch only has 1 shot left in the Atlas's autocannon, so, you know, other than that, it's all good. I don't want to just run over and punch the Awesome on the lower ground, because that would mean turning my back to the Awesome on the hill, and if he purges his reactor and reboots, well, you know, that would be bad. Now, you could argue that this might be a 6th serious error of judgment. I'm splitting my fire between these two targets again. Yep, I know that hasn't worked out too well for me in the past. But
Here we go.
this guy is about to purge his reactor, and he is about to get back online, having vented his heat. I've now at least made him unsteady, and I made sure I got close enough to this guy to hit him with the short-range weapons as well, the flamers. And he has taken a serious amount of damage. He's still in the fight, but he is badly damaged, and he's now overheating, thanks to the flamer hits. Right, what's this guy going to do? Nothing other than stabilising and venting heat. Okay. Well, he's no longer unstable, but at least he's not shooting us. Now I can afford to... Do I just want to punch this guy? You know what? I just want to punch this guy. Go on, Glitch. Okay, we'll call it a headbutt. But it was enough. Awesome number 1 is down. 1 enemy target remaining. Now, Jingles doesn't have any ammunition left, but that doesn't mean he can't do damage. My armor's intact, and I can still kick and headbutt. Well, not right now. I didn't quite get close enough, although I did sprint, which has given me a full evasion stack. And, well, yeah, he hit me anyway, but it was only 1 weapon, and it didn't really do any damage. He's still just too far away for me to be able to close the distance and attack, but if I can position myself behind him while turning to face him, maybe he'll turn around and give Glitch shots into his back. Well, I guess we'll never know, because now it's Glitch's turn. Okay, Glitch is out of missiles and out of autocannon ammunition, but does still have all of those flamers if I can get close enough, and a whole bunch of medium and medium pulse lasers. We're going to go for the called shot, aim for the torso, and attempt to sever that arm. Nope, not quite enough. Didn't even get through the armour, but the flamers have increased his heat level. He tries to get away from the incoming melee attack from Jingles, while still firing at Glitch's Atlas, but all he has left
Minor damage, Commander.
that he's capable of firing seems to be 1 particle projection cannon. And now it's my turn. You, my son, are going to get your fucking head kicked in. Structure exposed, but it's the first actual hit on his rear armour. We have knocked out one of his heat sinks, and he is running kind of unstable. Unfortunately, Glitch is not close enough to be able to smack him in the teeth as well, so it's going to have to be a ranged attack. So it's the medium lasers again, and the last squirt of fuel from my flamers. He decides he doesn't really like getting kicked in the back, so he again tries to open up the distance, but manages to miss with everything other than his small lasers. And he's still in melee range of both me and Glitch's Atlas. There's another hit. 1 more of those, and he is going to go over.
Good to go.
All I have left are the medium lasers.
Coordinates received.
And a 100-ton mech does significantly more damage when it punches you in the teeth. So this is a guaranteed knockdown, if not an outright kill. It's not an outright kill, but he is at least on his arse. At this point, of course, there are no other enemy mechs to take a turn, so naturally he's immediately going to get back to his feet. Is he going to attempt a melee attack, or is he going to use what weapons he has remaining? Remember, he's lost a lot of heat sinks. He's going for a melee attack. Oh, and he punches me right in the face, and does actually manage to get through the armour, although no critical damage. And just for luck, follows it up with his small lasers. But now it's my turn.
Commander?
Glitch. Oh, I have enough morale for a cool shot, and this guy's center torso is exposed. Glitch, finish him off.
Mech just
Man, that was hard work. Much harder than it needed to be, thanks to some seriously dodgy and suspect decision making. And I may have lost 2 pilots in the process. 2 highly experienced pilots that I really can't afford to lose. Well, my employers were happy, as they damn well should be. I lost track of the number of assault mechs we had to take out in that mission, but the payout isn't even going to cover the repairs to the King Crab. So now the moment of truth. Cyber, Medusa, dead or alive? And they're alive. Critically injured. They're both going to be in the medbay for 54 days. So I'm going to have to start rotating the B team in. And the repairs to the King Crab alone are probably going to total about 1 million credits. But I'm not going to have to reload a save and attempt that entire mission again. So, yeah, I think I'm just going to call that one a win and quit while I'm ahead. I mean, I'll tell you what, this game is not good for your blood pressure. But it's an excellent time sink. I mean, this mission actually took the better part of an hour. And even the edited highlights, which is what you've been watching, is coming in at just over 40 minutes. So, yeah, you definitely get your money's worth with Battletech. And hopefully, you guys have been entertained for the better part of the last hour as well, because that's it for today. I think I need to go and do something slightly less intense to decompress after that. Like, I don't know. I could go and take my chances in World of Tanks with my Tier 8 mediums against the 357 Tier 10 matchmaker. Yeah, that'll do. What could possibly go wrong? Anyway, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and as always, take care, and I'll catch you next time.